Hey there, YouTube. This is Vargas XX78 with another collection pickup video, comic book edition. Yeah, I started recording from my cell phone, so I apologize if there's these moments where it kind of freezes, the video freezes and then it starts up again. I don't really know why the cell phone does that, but yeah, still haven't been able to do anything about it. But as long as I have my cell phone, I can still upload videos. I'll still keep in touch with everyone. But like I said, this is my comic book pickup video. These are all the comic books that were waiting for me during the holiday season. I don't like crossing for my comic haul on the holiday season because it gets really crazy. So yeah, I went and picked up all these beautiful comic books. So let's get started. First off, with a freebie I got. This is a cover to Uncanny Avengers, and this is the Marvel Now 2013 calendar. It's a calendar for each one of the months, but it also promotes some of the Marvel books that are going to come out. So yeah, I actually was able to get two of these, one for myself, one for my girlfriend, so I thought that was cool. So let's start with the Age of Apocalypse, issue 10. Things are really hitting the fan here. Oh, sorry for the glare. So I can. Things are really hitting the fan, and Weapon Omega is hunting down Jean Grey. So Sabretooth, they let Sabretooth out, and he tries to save her, but he ends up sacrificing himself to stop Weapon Omega. And yeah, that's what happens here. And the story continues in issue 12 with the final battle. The Exterminator gave Jean Grey this pill that would break the bonds of Weapon Omega. So what she does is that she takes it and then kisses Weapon Omega, giving the thing to him, but it also affects her. So by the end of the issue, Weapon Omega and Jean Grey are like glowing, and then they blow up. So I don't know what they're going to do with the Age of Apocalypse. I don't think they're going to cancel it. I haven't heard anything about that, but they've already killed Sabretooth. It appears they've killed Jean Grey and Weapon Omega, so yeah, that's interesting. I want to see what they do with issue 12. I don't think the series is going to end. I haven't heard anything about that, but let's see what they do with the Age of Apocalypse without any of the remaining X-Men characters. Picked up Amazing Spider-Man, issue 699.1. Just like they did with the Venom issue, the Point issue with Venom, this is a launch preview of Morbius's monthly series. He escapes from the raft, and he's going around looking for something. They retcon his origin, and yeah, this is the startup for the new Morbius monthly. So it doesn't have anything to do with Spider-Man, just follows Morbius. This is the big, controversial, super-sized issue of Amazing Spider-Man, issue 700. I really like the cover. I don't know if you'll be able to make it out, but it's made of all the different drawings of Spider-Man, and then the black in the eye is Venom, or Spider-Man in the black costume. And then in the middle, it's all of Peter's allies, family, and so on. A really cool cover. So I really liked it. And of course, the big story is that Peter Parker is in this last-ditch effort to try to get his body back from Dr. Octopus. And he's trying everything, but Dr. Octopus is one step ahead of him. He's also having these flashes of all the dead people that have been in his life, telling him that even Uncle Ben is there. And Uncle Ben tells him that he has to set things right, but that it's okay if he gives up. So if anyone hasn't read this, I'm going to spoil it. Dr. Octopus has access to all of Peter's memories, so he realizes that all the stuff that Peter Parker went through, he wasn't that bad of a person, and he's still living with Peter Parker, so he's able to see that, with great power comes great responsibility, Peter Parker basically kind of like gives up and tells Dr. Octopus that he's the new Spider-Man. So, and Peter Parker apparently dies in the body of Dr. Octopus. I'm really glad that this didn't turn out worse. This could have been a lot worse. But I thought the idea of Dr. Octopus trying to redeem himself as Spider-Man was interesting. I thought that would have been an interesting concept, but I don't collect this series, but I picked it up because this is the epilogue. This is Avenging Spider-Man 15.1. But here you already see the flaws of that, because I thought that Dr. Octopus was going to try to redeem himself, but no, Dr. Octopus is still evil. He goes into one of his layers and proclaims that he beat Spider-Man, and he's going to be better than Dr. Octopus. He's going to be the superior Spider-Man. And this is where he designs his new Spidey suit, which he sports, and the superior Spider-Man. This is the first issue. And already my hopes for the comic book kind of let down. Dr. Octopus is a jerk. He thinks he's better than everyone. There's a new Sinister Six, and he's fighting them, and he's like, forget you guys, and then he swings away. But I don't know. I was hoping for something different. I was still hoping that somehow Dr. Octopus would redeem himself, but then they jumped the gun, and at the end of this issue, the ghost of Peter Parker is still in the body of, it's still in his body, but he's like a ghost. He can physically touch Dr. Octopus, but Dr. Octopus can't hear him, and nobody else can. And he proclaims that I'm Peter Parker, I'm still alive, and I'm still in this fight. So, I don't know. I made a comment on this in Dark Avengers comic book review of this. I would have preferred that Spider-Man, that Dr. Octopus will try to redeem himself, then somehow be corrupted, and then Peter Parker returns. Because if you read Amazing Spider-Man 700, you kind of do get the idea that Peter Parker is still going to be part of somehow the whole thing. And yeah, they reveal right away that this is the case. But I really would have wished that they would have let that happen organically and not, so fast. Picked up Venom issue 28. Venom is now in Philadelphia, and I think it's Philadelphia. And he starts on sparring with Valkyrie, but then his reporter friend gets abducted by the UFOs. I don't know those characters, but the story continues in issue 29. Sorry about that, issue 29. And the UFOs beat up Valkyrie and Venom, and then I don't know if it's the symbiote or the demon inside of him wake up and say that he's going to kick some ass. So, yeah, still doing Venom. Gave it one last chance, picked up Astonishing X-Men issue 57, because like I said in the other video, they were going to focus on Warbird. Kind of a confusing issue, if I'm honest. Yeah, hit it one last issue, one last try. I'm dropping Astonishing X-Men. I'm really upset with myself that I picked up one more issue. Picked up Avengers issue 2. Really cool series. This sets up how Captain America and Tony Stark were hunting down possible new Avengers, with Sunspot, Cannonball, and the Falcon, Hyperion, Wolverine, and so on. And this sets up all of that, and then they travel to Mars to fight the other guys that beat up the first team of Avengers. So, really digging the series. Jonathan Hickman, good writer. Love what he did in Fantastic Four and digging what he's doing there. Picked up Thunderbolts issue 2. I'm really digging the red covers for some reason. I think they look cool. And this one has the first mission of the Thunderbolts, and it has Venom in the grip of Thunderbolt Ross. But he's acting kind of weird. I don't know what the deal is with that. But yeah, by the end of the issue, it's revealed that he has a leader in containment, who appears on the cover, and he's going to use the leader to track down his until now unknown brother. who's this like big hulking guy. But at the end of this issue, the Punisher shoots the leader right on the head. So yeah, guess not such a good idea to put the Punisher on this team because he's obviously not a team player. Then picked up the Awesome Batman issue 15, continuing the Death of the Family storyline. Really cool. Can't say enough about this series. The Joker's back with a vengeance, and it's kind of teased that in the first adventure of Batman against the Joker, he took the Joker to the Batcave, and then that's why the Joker knows that Batman is Bruce Wayne. But yeah, really cool series, and the Joker's going after everyone here, which crosses over to Batman and Robin issue 15. They did this with all of the Batman crossovers where the Joker faces on top of one of the characters. Under this is Damian. But he fights the Joker, and the Joker is having a time with him. But then at the end of this issue, Batman juiced up in Joker Venom is going to fight Damian. So yeah, or at least some of the rest as Batman. It might not actually be Batman. Then picked up Batman Incorporated issue 6. Batman goes after Talia to try to save Damian, and things go very poorly for Batman. This series is the odd one out. It's its own thing, so it doesn't follow the Death of the Family in any way. So I don't know if this takes place before or after, or if this is still set in the old universe. I don't know. So this is the odd one out, and Grant Morrison is still writing his weird things, but again, I don't know if this is going to be a continuous monthly series or it's going to end at issue 12. So we'll see. Picked up Green Lantern issue 15. The new Green Lantern is still trying to track down that guy that set up the bomb. But then finally, the Third Army reaches Green Lantern, and they're assimilating people, and his powering gives out on him, and he's rescued by another Green Lantern. But the Guardians keep torturing the First Lantern, and he vows revenge. So yeah, finally stuff is happening with the Third Army and Green Lantern. Then picked up Green Lantern New Guardians issue 15. Kal Rayner goes to Lost Place to try to harness the power of Orange. Of course, that goes poorly, and but then they have a fight, and he has to snap out of it. So yeah, I still like New Guardians. Then picked up a weird issue of Green Lantern New Guardians Annual number 1. It's weird because I don't know where this fits. Our killer Kara Danvers and Saint Walker are in this different world, and they encounter a long-lost Green Lantern, and but he's like evil. So okay, I don't know where this storyline fits in the New Guardians, but picked up Justice League issue 15, starting the Throne of Atlantis crossover with Aquaman. Atlantis basically declares war on the surface world, and Aquaman is torn between, his new friends in the Justice League or his people. And in the back of the issue, they continue the Captain Marvel thing, where Black Adam finally tracks down Billy Batson. So, digging the Captain Adam thing. Captain Marvel. Sorry about that. I'll take the Simpsons Comics issue 197. Homer and Krusty is having problems with Krusty Burger, and then Homer invents this really super burger. Not this one; it's a different one. And he saves Krusty Burger, and they give him his own franchise. So, Simpsons comics, good reading, especially if you're a Simpsons fan and collector like myself. So this again fits perfectly. So I love the Simpsons, and I love comic books. So it's two of the good things I love. Then picked up Superman issue 15, where it's revealed that Lex Luthor is not the industrialist guy he was in the normal universe. He's a criminal. But I dropped Action Comics, so I don't know if they talk about this, but Lex Luthor has these really wicked scars here that apparently Superman caused. Superman, so they have this whole Hannibal Lecter thing in this issue where Superman is trying to ask advice to Lex Luthor, and because he wants to stop Hell, and he gave his nanotech suit to Superboy. So now Superman's running around in that ridiculous costume with the blue jeans and the Superman T-shirt and the cape. It's ridiculous costume design. But yeah, so Lex Luthor basically gives him some tips on how to bring Hell down. I picked up Smallville issue 9. In this one, Lex Luthor is traveling deep within his subconscious to try to access the memories of the test ghost that's fused in his mind. It's complicated. And then Impulse, a guest stars on this one. Still dealing with Smallville season 11 thing. I don't know how long that's going to go. I don't think it's going to be a monthly thing. It's going to end like a regular TV season. But I'm digging Smallville. It's still worth a purchase. Picked up Swamp Thing issue 16, continuing the Rot World crossover. In this one, Alec Holland travels to Gotham, and he meets the mutated Batman, and Batgirl reveals that Batman was working on 2 ways to stop the rot. One was injecting people with the Man-Bat serum, so they would have access to the red and not be corrupted by the rot. And the other one was working on Alec Holland's bio-restorative formula, so that he would be able to give power back to the Green. So in this one, he takes the fight, but it's finally revealed that Abigail Arcane actually did die in a very Mortal Kombat way, because Arcane rips her head off. So yeah, I don't think she's going to come back from that. Picked up Before Watchmen Rorschach, issue 3 of 4. These are doing some really wonky publishing with the Watchmen things. They're skipping weeks and then they're releasing them out of order, which sucks. They're almost done with this. I don't see why they're having so much trouble keeping everything in order. But picked up Rorschach 3, Dr. Manhattan 3. I'm not going to talk too much about these. An unnecessary and just filler issue with Moloch, issue 2. And the finally released Night Owl issue 4, which, with the death of Joe Kubert, I understand why this one was delayed so much, but they got someone else to do the inking on it. So really like this one, like the artwork, like the writing. So this one was pretty good. Also, this one came out, but I didn't get it until recently. My comic book store was able to track down a copy of Marvel Zombies Halloween. This is in the Marvel universe with the zombies, and then Kitty Pryde is living alone with her son, Peter's son, Colossus' son. And he goes away on Halloween, and because he doesn't know anything about Halloween, goes away on Halloween, tracking down this cat, and then he meets up with the zombies, and Kitty Pryde rescues him, but then it's revealed that Mephisto is kind of protecting Kitty Pryde and his son because they're the only living souls left on Earth, so he's protecting them because he wants to make a deal with one of them when they get really desperate. So really interesting one shot. I really like this, and again, I'm a huge mark for the Marvel Zombies. So I own all of the issues in one way or another. So I don't think I'll ever buy the omnibus, but that thing was pretty cool. I picked up Marvel Universe versus the Avengers 3 of 4. Dr. Doom promised a cure to the cannibal plague, and his cure is basically that. He invented these collars that leave people in different stages. They either leave them docile or brain dead, so that he can control the plague. But it's revealed that Dr. Doom is already a cannibal, and he's secretly eating people. So, things look very, very bleak. And conclude in issue 4, where Hawkeye stops Dr. Doom And then he's the last Avenger, and then Thor out of the blue comes out and smashes Mjolnir on his head, crushing it. So that was really messed up. So I guess Thor got infected and infected everyone else, which is a bummer. So this leads up to the Punisher. So I guess it goes Wolverine and Marvel Universe versus Wolverine, then the Avengers, and then the Punisher. So all of these series kind of cross over with each other. So it's a good series. I like the universe that they set up, but it is kind of confusing. So picked up Witchblade 162. Really good cover, and she goes out on a date with the bad magician guy. But sorry about that. I don't know why that's happening. But then things just go bad from there. So that's gonna work into something. Picked up Artifacts issue 23, concluding the Tom Judge 2-issue set. And he fights a demon from hell and performs an exorcism. So I really dig Artifacts. I really like the artwork and what they're doing. Then Artifacts 24 has a very interesting cover. And this focuses on the Angelus and Danny Baptist, because now the Angelus host and her are lovers, and like they were in the old universe. And but yeah, she's carrying her along, and she fights a demon. The Angelus is fighting a demon that is causing chaos. So really good. Like I said, Artifacts. I'm really digging Artifacts. Picked up the last issue of Wolverine, issue 317. Very disappointing conclusion to this whole thing. He fights one of the people that wanted the sleeping lady, and then apparently they break her head off, but then it's revealed that it's still intact, and the whole coalition of bad people are working together now. It's weird, and I didn't like it. The two series are going to come out, Savage Wolverine and then just Wolverine. Both look interesting. Frank Cho is writing Savage Wolverine, and that's set up in the Savage Land. And Alan Davis is writing the normal Wolverine, so I'm really torn which one to get. Picked up Wolverine and the X-Men issue 22. The X-Teachers are waking up from their spell, and they reveal a little bit more of the Frankenstein monster. And everything comes to a head in issue 23. The X-Teachers are currently wake up from their spell and they take the fight to the Frankenstein monster. And yeah, I really like Wolverine and the X-Men. I was actually thinking of dropping this, but it's gotten better. How about that again? I don't know why this cell phone skips. And the last issue I picked up is Wonder Woman issue 15. Where Orion finally makes his presence known, and he has a fight with Wonder Woman. And out of the blue, a new power that they developed for Wonder Woman is that she can call upon swords. She's like, swords! And swords pop up, which is weird, but, yeah. She has a tussle with Orion. So, I'm really digging this, and it's going to have a crossover with Batwoman, so that's interesting. So, yeah, that was the comic book pickups for this video. I'm sorry, for this monthly haul. Like always, I like to make the recommendation of the pickups. And I'm a sucker for what if, so you knew I was going to do this. I'm going to recommend Marvel Zombies Halloween. It's a really good story. It's its own little thing. So, and it also sets up the possibility of more zombie stories down the line. And like I said, I'm a huge mark for this. Really like what if stories. So I'm going to go with this one, and I'm going to go with Marvel Universe versus the Avengers. Again, really like the universe that they sell. They're not zombies. They're like prehistoric cannibals. They have they have limited intelligence, so they're more brutal. But I just really like the universe and the way it was set up in the three miniseries, Punisher, Wolverine, and the Avengers. So I don't see how they can make a fourth one. Maybe they can follow Spider-Man. Maybe that's something they can do. They can make one Marvel Universe versus Spider-Man and follow Spider-Man as he's causing all this destruction. That could be. But like always, thanks so much for watching, and until I see you all again, this is Vargas XX78, signing off.